Yebo. So I'm quite big on satisfying others. So when I have a company, I do want already that my customer be satisfied with not only the product but also the service that I provide. So I want to make sure that, are you happy with this? Does this satisfy your needs? Is this up to your standards? Is this up to your requirements, and so on and so on? So to me, customer service means the most out of a lot of other things that you can provide as a service provider, as a product provider, as a whatever, as a business. So I just realized this weekend I was out somewhere having a couple of drinks, and we're sitting by a door that the guys who sell the drinks used to get in and out from, the store side to the customer side. There's a whole cage and a door there. So we're sitting there, and then this guy, still a young guy, he's part of the family that owns the store. And he gets there and he's shouting at us. Okay, I wasn't really sitting there. I don't even hear him shout, but the guys I'm with, the guys I was with are just crazy. They're just very violent, and they shouted back. But he came there and just shouted at them like, hey, move here. Which, okay, yeah, sure, they should move. But the customer doesn't have to be right to be right. You've heard the adage that the customer is always right. It doesn't necessarily mean that, yes, whatever comes out of the customer's mouth is gold. It doesn't necessarily mean that the customer is well educated in any subject, that whatever it is that they say must be right. No. It's not. Not all customers are scientists, and not all scientists are right all the time. It's not like that. What this means is that, look, you are providing a service to a customer. You want your customer to be happy. Ideally, that is what you want. You may not know this, but that is what you want. Because at the end of the day, what the customer will remember, though they won't remember it consciously, they might remember it subconsciously, is, yes, sure, your product might be a great product, and that is fine. But a lot of what actually keeps us coming back is the customer service. The way in which things are set out, the way in which the attendant speaks to you, the way in which the attendant gives you your service, whatever it is that happens, that is what keeps a customer coming back. You may have the best food, you may have the best clothes, you may have the best whatever, but if your service is bad, I may not want to come back there because I don't feel welcome. I don't feel like this is where I should be. I don't feel like I'll be happy there because, yeah, the food is going to be great, but I'm going to be treated like I'm a nobody. And a lot of people, actually almost everyone, wants to feel like they're somebody. And if we can understand that, if we provide services, if we have businesses that, look, the customer is right even when the customer is not right, it just means that, okay, don't try to argue with the customer. Don't try to show that the customer is intellectually beneath you. It might not be true, but I mean, at that point, that guy just looked at us as drunk people, which we were, sure. But don't necessarily treat us as such, because we are still your customers. Because next time, we're the drunk people spending money on you. We're the drunk people giving you money. So now if you treat all the drunk people, I mean, yeah, sure, you do run a tavern, which means you're gonna be dealing with drunk people. You should know how to deal with drunk people. And drunk people are a special case because they don't necessarily reason normally. They don't shut up. They don't necessarily respect. It's just crazy. So now you, even though you're right, you have to be the most. I thought that was gonna give me time to think of the word. The word. What I'm trying to say is you have to be more accepting that you're going to be disrespected. You're probably going to be sweared at. There's a lot that you have to be able to take, especially when you're dealing with a drunk customer. When you're dealing with customers, yes, customers are gonna shout at you, they're gonna swear at you, all that's gonna come towards you. And now if you reciprocate and go fight back, it's gonna become all crazy. But now you have to be that person that is just gonna try and calm the situation down, believe that the customer is right, even though if you see that they're not really right, but just believe that they're actually right, and bring the situation to a controlled state that you can control, that it must be you who controls it. Now if you reciprocate and fight back to the customer, you're not going to control it. You've lost all control. That guy that I'm talking about tried to fight back to my friends, and he lost control of this whole situation because they were not going to listen to him. They also want to be respected as much as you want to be respected, but they are drunk, so they are more or less likely to listen to reason than you are. But you are in a state in which you can listen to reason, so then do that. Do reason. Just before I close off, there's a story I saw on one of the YouTube videos I was watching. Apparently there's this old lady who went to a certain shop to return something, and when she got there, she asked you to come to return this, and she actually didn't buy the stuff from that shop. She didn't even buy it from the same franchise. In fact, that shop does not sell that sort of product. So for example, she brought back a pair of shoes to a food outlet, and they were like, okay, but you didn't buy this yet. But because she's an old lady and she's there saying she's being confused, and she's saying, but I bought this product here, they actually took it. They actually took it and they gave her a refund for it, because they understood that even when the customer is wrong, the customer is right. Not that you should now just be so relaxed and do everything the customer says, but no, that lady is going to keep coming back to that shop because she knows that at that shop I was listened to. At that shop they treated me like a human being because I brought a product from them and I took it back when I didn't like it, and they took it. Sure, it was the wrong shop, but she's an old lady. I mean, how many things do people forget when they're old? They forget a lot. And that outlet understood that, okay, this is an old lady, let us try and help her. She's gonna come back to us in future with more business or whatever. And they did it. Yeah, just treat your customers right if you're going to be working with customers. Customer service is really big. It's really a lot of what keeps people coming back. Yes, your service does keep people coming back. Yes, your product does keep people coming back. But most importantly, the customer service. Just think about it. Ask yourself why you keep on going back to a certain shop, and you'll realize that it's actually the service that you receive there. I mean, yeah, sure, maybe there's a girl there that you like or something, but really it's the customer service.